Alright, the air compressor assembly. This task covers removal, installation, and testing of the air compressor. The installation toolkit SC49497CLE12 air gauge tools. You'll need an air gauge, a strobe light, a suitable lifting device, and equipment condition. In reference to the TM221022412. Material parts: anti-seize tape. Condition description: hood removed and air compressed belts removed. The removal: drain the oil from the crankcase, disconnect the upper unloader airline fitting 1, disconnect the flex pipe 2, and remove the 4 bolts 3, 4, and lock washers 2 bars 5. Components: the locomotive are heavy, but they may be awkward to handle. Use the correct lifting device. Indicate the lifting device or assistance from other personnel to avoid injury. Use a suitable lifting device. Slowly remove the air compressor and set the suitable support device to set on a suitable support device. Installation. Warning: components of the locomotive are heavy and may be awkward to handle. Use the correct lifting procedures. Indicate the lifting device and or assistance from other personnel to avoid injury. Use suitable lifting devices. Slowly lift the air compressor on the locomotive deck. Position the 2 bars. Installation of 4 lock washers and bolts. And the anti-seize tape. Correct the flex pipe. Connect the flex pipe. Connect the unloader air fitting. Refer to TM5522 1022412 and to install the adjustment belts, and refer to the lubrication order 55210 2210 224 and 12 for the fail air compressor oil. Refer to paragraph 48 on the test and inspect the air compressor. Test: connect an orifice holder to the 1/4 inch orifice on the plugged hole at the bottom of the number 1 air reserve. Use the orifice with a square edge bored through the plate of 1/16 of an inch thick. Connect the calibrated test gauge and reserve the number 2. Disconnect the electrical leads, automatic drain valve, and timer high voltage cabinet. Check that all air operated devices on the locomotive are shut off. Start the number 1 engine. Idle until engine in the compressors is warm. Place the throttle in the position number 3. Operate the engine in throttle position number 3 until the air pressure in the reserve number 2 is stabilized. Record the reading from the test gauge in reserve number 2. Place the throttle idle position. Left engine's idle for the minimum 2 minutes. Shut down the engine. Drain the air reserve number 2 to 50 psi. Start the number 2 engine. Idle until the engine compressor are warm. Repeat steps 14 through 16 and test compressor number 2. Compare readings. Readings must be above condemning limits after compensation or for altitudes. Drain air from reserve. Remove orifice from the test and install plugs. This is an air compressor test, compressor and passing condemning list. It shows your air pressures, PSIs from 20 to 100, between the compressor RPMs at 200 to an RPM with a steady new repaired at sea level and condemning limit at sea level. Note the high pressure orifice is calculated using the following conditions: 0 250 inch diameter orifice, the square edges bored at 0 to 625 thousandths of an inch thick plate. Orifice coefficients 85%. Atmospheric pressure is 14 to 7. And higher altitudes deducted 1% pressure for each 260 feet above sea level. Atmospheric pressure is 14 to 7 for higher altitudes. IT from pressure for each 260 feet above sea level. And 4, compressor displacement is 103.5 CFMs or 980 RPMs. Volumetric efficiency 70% for a new unit, and condemning limit is 80% of a new unit.